Oh, good morning to my subscribers and people that stumble across this Velocette video. So I'm doing a little Velocette diary off my new Velocette motorcycle that I purchased. I don't really know a lot about this. Obviously, you that know, it's a 252 stroke, oil injection, coil, and everything else. So far, I've managed, after speaking to the people on the technical Velocette forum, they've helped me fill my gearbox to the correct grade. So it takes an engine oil, not a gearbox oil. So that seemed really strange to me. But anyway, other side of the bike is a gearbox. There's a traditional drain plug at the bottom. There's a traditional fill plug at the top. And then on the side, there's I don't know what you'd call it, a bolt with an edge on it. And that is the level. So you pour it in until it oozes out of there, I believe. So the gearbox oil is done. I've cleaned the carb. The carb doesn't appear to have any sort of control for a tick over. So at the moment, I think I need to get a new cable that actually I can adjust the cable. There is no adjustment or adjusters on my cable at the top of the carb or on the handlebars, which seems odd. I just suspect it's the wrong cable. So yeah, had it running, runs okay, ticking over, not ridden it yet. It's so cold here in Norfolk. Yesterday when I went to work, it was -5 and it's about -3 now. Anyway, so the tank is a beautiful tank, but unfortunately I've been pointed out it's the wrong tank for a 1936 Velocette Gtp. This is the earlier tank that would have been 1930s, 30 something. In my opinion, this tank is a nicer tank. It sits lower. It's less bulbous than the one that followed it. So I didn't realise that. So I had these on the tank, and if you can see, there you go. So they're really and they're rock hard. So I purchased what I thought were the new replacement ones. Nice soft supple rubber, and they basically push onto this pre-cut out tin plate that bolts onto those 2 bolts there. So what I'm going to do is show you how it looked. I'll pop them on the floor. So this is the new rubber. So it kind of fitted there. So it kind of covered the pinstripe up, but it kind of sort of went there. Looks a bit naff. So you can see it's kind of almost just too big for the tank. It just needs to be slightly bit smaller. So after speaking to guys on the Velocette technical forum, I managed to get these things, which are called John Bull number 3s. Yeah, it just says John Bull, but they're called John Bull number 3s, and the right tin plate, which I at the moment just painted to stop them rusting, that will bolt on those 2 studs. And then this, you've got a couple of positions you can put it in. So at least I'll have a nice bit of pinstripe at the top to look at, and you'll see more of the beautiful tank. So that's my first purchase, 2 of those and 2 of the fixing plates. My second purchase is my battery box. So I've ended up, thanks to the guys giving me some advice, I bought a hard plastic-ish X-side plastic box, which I'll show you in a minute, which will sit here, 2 stainless steel straps, hook on here, go up to the top, there's a bolts it on there. Unfortunately, my 6-volt battery won't fit in there, but it's not the end of the world. So this is the X-sized box, and basically it fits in there like so. If I move that wires out of the way, you can kind of see how it will look. It will sit there, and then I've got the stainless steel straps that go to the right of where that elastic band is. So yeah, look a bit blingy. So that's where I am at the moment. So I've got some parts. I've asked the question about the throttle cable, because I'm beginning to think if it doesn't have the right throttle cable, I'll just have to put some spacers underneath where the cable goes into the top of the carb to create it. Job today, really, like I say, it's really cold, but I don't like these. They just look rubbish, and they really pull my eye to it. So what I'm going to do is cut these out, even though they are bull nose thingies. I'm going to cut them out, and I think I'm going to solder them solid, and then put black heat shrink and seal them up. And I think I'll heat shrink that, take your eye off the blue there, and possibly this connector here, which I think is meant to be these connectors are meant to be original, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think you can beat a solder connector. Anyway, that's meant to go in there. It's a bit hard one-handed. So yeah, so that's what my job today was, to tidy them up. And same with this one here. I know these are the correct connectors, but you know, it's worn through the powder coat and paint there on the mud guard. So there's got to be a better way of fixing this so it doesn't shake and vibrate. So yeah, I'll give that some thought. Stuff like this, if this was leather I'd call it patina, but it's a shame that it's not leather and you're just seeing this plastic. I was thinking about putting a speedo on it, but I think I've got enough things to worry about anyway. The headlamp here, obviously this bike has been painted, restored at some stage in its life, but the headlamp here, it's got dust on it from where I've been chopping my wood, but the headlamp here, I think maybe if I try and flatten it down and polish it out, it'll be pretty good. So yeah, that's the progress so far. Not that I've lost any enthusiasm, it's just been so bloody cold outside. Not a lot's been done. Let me jump round and show you the gearbox. Of course, all you Velocette people will think this is quite simple, but for somebody who's come from bikes without a separate gearbox, so straightforward, oil fill plug. Now this bolt here, this shouldered bolt here, this is the one that you pull out, and that's where the gearbox oil level sits. So it sort of sits there, so it just kisses the kickstart bit here. And I don't know if I can show you the drain plug. Oh, there you go. And there's a drain plug with a copper gasket. Yeah, so that's all that's been done. I did repair my choke, because the previous owner had this held up by a bit of cable. Here's my throttle with 0 adjustment on it, on the cable, and 0 adjustment on the handlebars. To be honest, seen better days, so I think I may well just try and purchase a new throttle. That's about it. Like I say, when I had it running before in the previous, or the first video, seemed to run okay, or tick over okay-ish, make the right noises and everything else. So yeah, I think that's it for now. So next time you see it, obviously it'll have some blingy bits there, and hopefully a battery box fitted and some better connectors. If there's anything else I should be looking at or addressing, please do tell me, because you know, I really don't know much about these bikes, so I'm pestering the people, and I hope they don't mind, on the technical forum. And yeah, so my one has the oil injection disconnected, so the pipe that would have fed oil, or the cable, sorry, the cable from here, or the rod that would have lifted up, which would have controlled the oil feed from the oil pump here, somehow down there. Go away, Leaf. Going into the engine. Don't understand that, but I understand it's oil injection, or would have been, but mine is pre-mix, so unfortunately my tank isn't being used. But God, does it look cool, hey? I think this tank is amazing. Beautiful tank, even though I've covered it in dust. But so that's it. That's my diary so far. Got a few little goodies. In some ways I'm glad it's the winter, so I can carry on touching little bits up and making it good. So thanks for watching, and if you're a Velocette owner out there and you own a GTP and you could offer me some advice or a direction I should be going in, please get in contact with me. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you very much. Bye.